We're at the Bloemfontein High Court, where we've just wrapped up day one of the Nulane corruption case. It's the state versus Peter Tabete, as well as 7 others who face fraud and money laundering charges in the botched 25 million rand rural development project here in the Free State. Now, Gupta associate Iqbal Sharma, as well as several Free State officials, are among those who are accused of swindling the state of its funds, and that's linked to the feasibility study that Nulane Investments was paid to conduct between 2011 and 2012. Now, that 25 million rand that was paid to Nulane Investments was then diverted to the account of Island Site Investments, which is a Gupta-owned company. A small fee of that amount, just over 1 million rand, was paid to Deloitte in order to do the feasibility study. And that's, of course, because Nulane Investments didn't, in fact, have the capacity to do the job itself. One of the million-dollar questions that we've had today is whether or not the Guptas will stand trial in the same matter. They were arrested sometime last year for fraud as well as money laundering in the very same matter. Now, the South African authorities haven't secured an extradition of the Guptas just yet, and they remain in custody, as far as we understand, in a Dubai prison. Once that extradition process has been secured between South African authorities as well as the UAE, will then see them come back to South Africa to face the full might of the law. The NPA seems adamant that they do have a watertight case against the 8 accused right now, as well as the Gupta brothers, Rajesh and Atul. They, though, will stand in a separate trial should the South African authorities secure an extradition process for them. Now, as it stands, we've had our first state witness take to the stand today, and that's Spiwe Mahlangu, who's a forensic auditor at National Treasury. And he's spoken in brief about the public-private partnerships. And this, of course, the Nulane investment project, or the Nulane project, was a part of those PPPs, as they're called. We do expect that he'll be back on the stand tomorrow. The defense of the accused tearing into whether or not he is fit to testify and to give any comment on those PPPs, those public-private partnerships, particularly looking into his qualifications, saying he doesn't have the qualifications to comment on supply chain procurement processes within government, because he simply doesn't have the qualifications. But we'll see where the state takes, rather the state and the defense lawyers take that matter tomorrow. Interestingly, in the very same court on Wednesday, we've also got Musebenzi Zwane, who's expected to appear in court in a parallel matter, and that's the Estina Dairy Farm project. Now, the Nulane investment project was known to be a precursor of the Estina Dairy project, where we saw an even massive swindling of the state coffers. We'll, of course, keep track of both of those for you and bring them to you as and when they happen. Nogukhanya Mdambo, Eyewitness News in Bloemfontein.